And for political expediency, of course, and for the strategic way of managing him, everybody thinks differently. And of course, those who are pro, what the president has done or Kenya Kwanza has done, they would argue in a certain manner, especially looking at the strategic partnerships in the future. But I agree entirely that he's a loose talker, and I agree with my co-panelist when she says that for 2 hours, the guy spent like 1 hour, 45 minutes talking about William Ruto. Of course, the president also talked about him when he was in Western. So this deep simmering bitterness that continues to go on cannot be ignored. And today, nobody, absolutely nobody, except Rigathi Gachagua, actually, who gives William Ruto concern, either for how he's running his affairs or for the 2027. So for me, he's a guy to watch, but he has a big burden behind him. The burden is impeachment. Now, will the courts clear him to run and yet there is impeachment? Will they set aside this impeachment to the extent that it was probably irregular and therefore you can run for president? So I think that is part of the reasons why I see a lot of movement in the judiciary, judiciary with the security of the CJ and all that. So these are all interconnected things and we must read them correctly as Kenyans. Rigathi Gachagua is still a force in terms of mobilizing. If this guy can take only 2 million or 1 million votes from Mount Kenya, still that is a concern, because winning is all about how many votes did you get. If you won votes by 200,000 votes, are you going to increase that margin in your favor or against you? So yes, he cannot be ignored, and the kind of statements he's making, saying he's a truthful man, I have not gone to State House offices, but he has gone there and he's coming out saying, I'm sorry, there's a cent here and there's another cent over there. So apart from, he also is a political mobilizer and he knows what he's saying, that is not true. I can tell you Kenyans will identify more with him now, because that's what Kenyans also like. Kenyans do not bother the real technical truth and facts. And Rigathi seems to have actually understood that and captured that very correctly. Yes.
4 months after his impeachment, Rigathi Gachagua still finds himself on the front pages of our dailies. On the front page of Taifa Leo, habari kuu pale wanasema wakwaruzana tena, ukiweka picha aliyekuwa naibu wa rais Rigathi Gachagua